Welcome! I've saved you a seat! What's up, and welcome to Darkhaven. And now it is time for Daemonologie. I hope you like the new intro, by the way. Just making sure my settings are okay. Looking fine right now. Oh, almost. Didn't have the desktop audio. So, there we go. There's not anything going on right now, so I'm glad that worked out. All right. If you haven't heard about this game, I'm not surprised, but it is a good game, so I do recommend it. It's one of those games, kind of like a David Cage game, where you're intended to play through it once. You don't need to play through it multiple times necessarily. It's a cheap game. It's about $3 or so on Steam. But I recommend it, and there's some trivia I'll give you at the end of this that might become apparent at the end. All right, so it's a really cool game. The visuals are great, and the atmosphere and theming, and the message is obviously really good too. So, note, the game is intended to be played in Old Scots English. There is a glossary of terms you can access from the Help menu at any time during the game if you don't understand a particular word or phrase, which we're absolutely going to do. Look, I grew up playing World of Warcraft. I've been around dwarves all my life. I am accustomed to Scots English, though I might not do the best impression of them, but that's what's going to happen. So, those of you who, are from Scotland or related to such things, I apologize on my behalf, but, it's an impression, so here we go. Warning, this game depicts scenes of torture and religious zealotry, some flashing lights. And already, the art style is great, I don't know if I have to click to move it forward. I do. Okay, cool. "'Tis be a goodly day to hunt some witches. 6 residents in a remote Scottish village. A witch find their summon to sort their truths from lies. On the 5th dawn, a witch must hang. Best you know who by then. A game by Daemonologie. There's also, I believe, an angel and a devil mask on my cart. But that's at the end. I think you can see that. Daemonologie. So yeah, this is a very simple game. We're going to town to find us a witch. And we gotta send her to be hung. Right. So, I'm gonna go all out on this one. So, don't mind me. Let us discuss the business at... Actually, let me see the... we probably don't need that, honestly. Audio level. Oh yeah, they added a volume scaler. Thought that was pretty cool. Alright. Let's go on yonder to the Kirk. The old Kirk. Which, where's the glossary? I think it's help? Yeah. The year was 1674. There are 6 residents in this remote Scottish village. You play the role of a witch finder and must interrogate them to sort truth from lies. If they are just repeating themselves, then you have permission to use further methods of persuasion. Certain actions will cost you time. On the 5th dawn, a witch must hang. Best you know who by then. Each night, you will see prophetic dreams that may provide some insight hidden to your waking mind. Use the sundial and day counter to track how much time you have left. Let's look at the glossary real quick. Abode is a house. About is about. Ales is troubles. Ain is own. And all as well. Arse is a bum. At all. At all. Old. Old. Old crone. Old woman. Aye, yes. Baron. Child. Bobby. Scottish sixpence. Money. Beasties. Creatures. Insects. Bedlam. Mental institution. Bides. Lives. Britched. Bright. Kenne. Can't. Corden. Daden. Craven. Coward. Dine. Don't. Doolally. Crazy. Fey. From. Which, you know, when you're speaking it, it makes it pretty clear that the words are vaguely similar to what you would be intending to say, of course. So, you know, if you have a hard time understanding it, just kind of like wrap your head around what might that be, closest thing. Fairy is a fairy, of course. Fella, fellow, fillet, fellow, fur, for, gig, very, gither, together, like together, gets, gobshite, shitmouth, idiot. Now, I have Irish blood in my body, and I'm pretty confident I have a little bit of Scottish as well. So, I might slip into an Irish accent more than I do a Scottish accent, but just letting you know ahead of time. Greeting, crying, hand fasten, marriage, have nay, haven't. Heed, head, poor, whore, hoose, house, hud, hold, inte, into, jig, dance, jute, rope. I've heard of jute. I've had to collect it in Guild Wars 2, I think. Keek, peek, ken, no. Now, I don't know why ken is like know or understand. I've written a lot of scripts in Scottish English for my D&D campaign, and I can't bring my head around it. I guess because ken, no, I don't know. I can't get it. Kip, bed, kirk, church, ma, my, ma, nay, no, nah, no, nout, nothing, oh, of, or, over, are, oot, out, queer, strange, rune, around, rune, row, argument, like we had a row, saucy wee bit, attractive person, slanjamath, to your good health, cheers, slinkin, sneakin, spade, scene, stable hand, stains, stones, tack, take, tarry, delay, they, those, tipple, small drink, typically alcohol, tripe, nonsense, was nay, was not, wee, little, we, with, ye, you, your, te, two. Alright? Alright. Now you know how to speak Scots English. Congratulations, everybody. Woo! At least relevant to this game. Alright. Let's start at the old Kark. Oh, I love the art style and the music of this game. It's really well done. Props to the creator. Alright. So when you go to interact with a person, you have the option to talk or to torture. You can do both, but one after the other, kind of. Alright. Let's see what the father has to say to us. Bid ye welcome, Witchfinder. God be here. To what reason does our wee village owe the pleasure of this visit? I'm summoned to tend to the wolf in your flock, father. A wolf in me flock, ye say? Vexing news indeed. If ye may make use of me in your hunt, then pray let it be known. When ye will, I am ready. How many reside in this village? There are 6 of us of late, though not long past we were 9. The blacksmith's wife sleeps in me garden. Fever took her this winter. The shepherd's husband fled, leaving unpaid debts, the wretch. The ungodly whore by the ring of stains had a gentleman caller, though none have seen him this week past. So, you can ask the same question again if you didn't understand everything. This was also Father Usby. Nice to meet you, Father. God's will. How long have you served here? 4 and 10 years this autumn, though it feels as 40. Have you spied anything amiss of late? I hope that ye uproot the evil that plagues this land. I have seen that filthy whore Lilith by the ring of stains, dancing with black shadows of a night. Right. So, that was one interaction. And now I can go back in and torture him if I want to. If I talk to him, he's not going to have anything new to tell me. After all, we just talked. I haven't even left his vicinity. So, I'm supposed to torture him. But we're going to save that for a little later. Once we've finally snapped. Go back to town. Let's go visit the blacksmith at the smith's abode. Why? Well, he's the one that sent for me. What have ye to say, blacksmith? And if you're wondering, he's got like an iron mesh over his mouth because his jaw has fallen off. But he'll tell you a little more about that, surprisingly. Oh there, witchfinder. Good morrow, smithy. Aye, it was me that sent for ye. That damn shepherd has cursed my jaw to fall loose. Though I strapped and welded it back on. Make sure to give that cursed witch the short drop. You welded your jaw back on? Aye, look what she has done to me. There is no doubt this is witchcraft. What do you do here? A wee bit of this and a wee bit of that. Mostly hoose and plough repairs. There's scarce demand for cudgels and bucklers around these parts. Who else is in the town? You mean beside that blasted shepherd? Yes. Who else? Well, there's the old priest, Father Usby in yon kirk. Then there's the fishing fella hangs out by Bothwell Bridge. He's alright, like. And that saucy wee biddle by the fancy fairy circle. Can they forget about that dooley old crone bides by the woods and all? Right. Well. Thanks for that, Smitty. Didn't catch his name. I probably should have, huh? Well. The priest wants me to go check out the Ring of Stains for Lilius. And the blacksmith wants me to go check out the stables. The shepherd's abode. Well, I'm a man of God. I am supposed to go to the stones, but, you know, this man did pay me, or is going to pay me. So let's go see what the shepherdess has to say. Torture. No, talk. Witchfinder, you see the curse that has been laid upon me? That vile blacksmith sent his wolf familiar to slaughter my sheep. I demand retribution. Insight. Because I talked to him, I have this information. Oswin claims ye have cursed his jaw to fall off. Lies! Most likely he did that to himself in one of his old fair experiments. What do you have here? What do you do here, Shepherd Violet? What kind of question is that? Did you spy on the sheep as you walked in here? My fault for asking. Sorry. Do you love God? Honestly, the way how things have been these days, I'm inclined to ask if that prick still was me. I'll have your respect, or by day's death I'll have thee swinging. All in jest, sire. I speak no more of it. That's what I fucking thought. I'll be back for you later. So, you get to do 4 activities, and then the night comes. And there will be a dream, a vision, a prophetic vision, that'll clue you into some things going on, maybe. Well, I want to visit the Ring of Stains. I got toothache today, so me doing a voice impressions is not ideal, but we're doing it. That's the horror of it, the pain. Talk! Maiden Elise.
My, ye are the charming devil-like. What ails ye, sire? There is nought my herbs and roots can I care, taught by my ain dear mother.
Who else resides in this village?
Just a handful, me lord. The smith Oswin can craft or repair almost anything you present to him. An old crone bides by the woods, though she has some gay strange ways about her. Shepherd's Violet tended a flock with her husband, but I've nae seen him of late. I wonder if they are having a row again. Also, Father Usby keeps the kirk. Seek not salvation for him. His mind has turned to zealotry and worse. Of course, there is sweet Ferdinand oft by the water's edge. He may look monstrous, but he's a kindly soul.
Have ye ever communed with Satan?
Me, sire! Not I! I wouldn't even ken how!
The priest claims he spied you dancing with black shadows at night.
I dance with nae shadows, sir. Since my love has gone missing, I've seen rare reason to be dancing at all. But strange that Father Usby should be slinking round here, round here at night, didn't you think?
I don't like how you speak to this man. Alright, let's see what my dream is. I've actually never watched this one. Love me some sheep, even if they have human teeth. I think your lamb's a wee bit sick. And then it loops in case you missed it the first time. There's something untold going on down there by the shepherd's place. But we'll worry about that later. Let's go speak to the crone in the edge of woods. Pardon me, one moment. Alright, I'm back. Talk, witch! I'm sorry, I shouldn't judge you so soon. Old crone Griselda.
What kind of gobshite are you to be trespassing in me woods? Aye, this village is full of witches and I'll curse you and all. I curse the boils on your filthy member and maggots in your arse.
Bide your tongue, woman, or I shall remove it from your head.
And just with what you'd be wanting with me tongue, eh? You dirty wee pervert. Absolutely not gets by old Griselda. Our souls in this village have shared their kin with Satan. Take your pick, eh?
Useful information, woman. Thank you for that. And now it is time to speak with Fernan, Rothwell's Crossing. He's a little special. Birth defect and all, I guess. He's a bit hairy. His eyes are a little shaped, but that's alright. He's a good fella. Fernan.
Aye, me a witch, aye? Naught but told tales, you daft wee zealot. Finding no witches here. Just simple folk working the land.
And what is your business here?
Besides catching of these wee fishes, my business is me own.
At one word, tread carefully, fisherman.
As you like, sir.
Spied ye a queer thing of late?
Truly, life itself be gay strange when you ponder it.
Well, suppose that's all you have to say, eh? Carry on. Find ye a fish, man. Let's go talk to our friend at the church. Hopefully I'll like what he has to say.
Witchfinder, for one hunting devils ye are spending far too much time searching in the house of our Lord. I believe our men rush the shadows, not bask in holy light. Tarry here nae longer.
I exude none from my search.
Do not test me, witchfinder. I'm a man of the cloth. That whore by the ring of stains is the witch, for she has slain 3 babes, no less.
Huh? Into that conversation. Thankfully, I don't think that's going to cost me a time. Yeah, because we're still on the... Well, it might, actually. There are others who would say differently.
Which of these wretches dare speak ill of me?
The very same you would point the finger at.
Do not touch me, witchfinder.
Well, fuck off, then. Right. The blacksmith was quick to judge, wasn't he? Let's go see what he is all about.
The shepherd's curse me for she says the fence I built her was nae good. She blames me for the wolves that got her sheep, but the fence is fine. Nae doubt she left the gate open, and then she cursed me for my jaw to fall off.
Violet claims you sent a wolf to her door.
That lying witch! There's nae truth in a claim like that.
We'll see about that. Have you done work for the shepherd before?
Only with her man. I never had much dealings with her till he up and left. 'Twa peas in a pod, that lot. He still owes me a bauble and all. A bobby and all.
Well, now it's starting to come clear, isn't it? Let's go speak with the shepherdess. Doesn't look like my time's going down. Weird.
Why do you tarry here while that blacksmith is still breathing? I spied him yapping to his familiars, a slack-jawed raven and a grey wolf. He sent the black wolf here to slaughter me sheep, but I refused to pay him for his feeble, disastrous offence he erected.
Speak to the Lady of the Stains.
My mother is gone, but I carry on her healing arts in her stead. There is nae soul here who has not taken my healing, except perhaps the priest, who does keek at me with strange glances. I know he does not approve of my young love Gavin.
Pray tell, who is this young love you speak of?
My sweet Gavin, a stable hand fae the next village o'er. We've been courting a couple of years now while he's saved enough to do right by me. You haven't seen him on your way into the village, have you?
No, wench, I have not seen him.
Oh.
But I know who has. We'll worry about that in a wee bit. Let's go to the edge of the woods. Speak with the crone. Old crone Griselda.
Curse you, filthy fuck! May your eyes burst with ants! And a curse on that priest and all! He prays pointing his hands down like he's praying to Lucifer in the underneath!
When did you spy him doing this blasphemous act?
The morrow?
No, when have you seen him perform this act?
Seen who?
When did you spy him doing this blasphemous act?
The morrow?
No, when have you seen him perform this act?
Seen who?
And she keeps doing this. I don't know how long she does it for. I think it's infinite, but let's spam through it real quick.
Ah! Ah!
She's lost her faculties, hasn't she? Let's go to Buffalo's Crossing. It's your fair.
Are you still at witch business? I can hardly confess to something I ate. Go home now. I'll fix some nice trout or tuna flesh for supper.
What is the nature of your affliction?
Well, fae what I hear, me father was the same way. He to toe and hair.
As you were, man. As you were. I can't fault ye for that. Alright, well. We've had a chat with everybody in town. As you can see, the timer is not going up any further. And there is a reason for that. That is because there's more to be found out in this town. And sometimes, the long arm of the law must come down upon those, even those who claim to wear the cloth. Mans, let me talk to you real quick. Okay, we've talked of this. Right! You're not going to speak, are you? I think I have ways of making you talk. The devil's mark. To seal their filthy pact with the devil, he licks their body, leaving a blackened mark upon the witch's skin. This mark may hide just below the surface, but it can be unveiled with the pricking of the skin. Left click to pierce them until you find the hidden mark. Tell me! Tell me your secret, witch! You dirty warlock, you! You won't like if I shove it right into the unholy place, you filthy bum. And one more for good measure. Perhaps here! That's where the devil has touched ye. Have ye mercy, or may Azrael strike ye down? Why do you molest me so, or that whore still walks free? I've seen her taking newborn babes out to that pagan spiral. I pray that she takes the short drop. Your mind seems fixed upon this maiden. What is she to you? Not maiden, naught but a blasphemous pagan harlot! I see. Is that how it's going to be? Well, woman! You don't speak anything new. You see, as I was pitting and pricking this man in the church, in the old kirk, he somehow gained the divine will, the fortitude, to be able to raise his hand like a divining rod towards the ring of stains, and he has pointed the finger at you, witch. It's time for you to speak the truth, the plain truth, and nothing but the truth. We're gonna be duking the witch! This is my favorite of the tortures. Duking the witch. A witch is a filthy, unclean creature. Let the waters wash away their sins and slacken their jaw. Left click and hold to submerge the witch in the river and watch as the water fills their lungs. Release the click to bring them back up. Time it so they surface during the highlighted area. Perform this action 3 times to break them. I'm about to duke a witch. Speak! You can't hear me under the water, can you? Speak! See? If you want me to stop, just say stop. Oh, you couldn't hear that, could you? Please, sire, there is no witchcraft in these healing herbs. Inform me then, what is of them? Not untowards, just a wee bit of lavender, some rosemary and lady's bed straw. That priest sent you here, did he not? He did. I would rarely speak ill of another fae in this village, but I fear he is a shadow looming over us all. His slimy tendrils to grasp us tight. A real beast in sheep's skin. Useby claims that you have taken newborn babes out to the spiral. Would that it were true! Gavin and I almost had a wee one of our own. Our father Useby says it was an abomination on account of his nae being hand-fasting. You'll not tell Gavin if you see him, will ye? We had to get rid of the baby. It's a damn shame. These times be rough. And marriage, sanctioned by that church over there, by a man I wouldn't trust with an inch of his life. Pardon me one moment. Alright, I'm back. Well, Lilius, you have some time to dry out on the grass by the stones. I have other matters to attend to, more people to visit. But wait, it's night time in these woods. Ah! The blacksmith. Love that mask. Or head. It could be either. It reminds me of Beetlejuice. With Alec Baldwin stretching his face. Well, I certainly had a pleasant dream, didn't I? Also, where am I sleeping? In my cart? Methinks we should visit the blacksmith. After all, we did have a vision. What have you to say, man? Yeah, we know. But what if you suffer the fate of Pillywinks? Pillywinkles. A rather simple device that can be placed onto any of the cursed fingers, although the thumbs can be very effective. To loosen their tongue, you must tighten the screw. Left click to wind up, and left click again with maximum strength to twist tight. Repeat this until you hear the bones crack. Beautiful. Speak to me, blacksmith! You don't need your hands, do you? Not with the shoddy work you've done for the shepherd. Ah, that's the music to my ears. Turn ye tortures away from me, and hang that shepherd witch. May she curse ye, jail to fall off, and all. Don't come greeting to me to weld it back on. You must have seen that wee lamb's head she severed at me doorstep. And queer symbols in the poor wee thing's blood smear over me door. I saw blood upon the doorstep, no head. Believe me, I say true. Oswin, Oswin, I thought we were above lying. Come to think of it, I've seen the same symbols out by the old wood. You speak like you are gospel, but I doubt your intentions are as noble as you claim them to be. Fine, fine, fine. For you, since you're paying me, I will go check out the shepherd's abode. Have anything new to say, woman?
Why do you tarry here while that blacksmith is still breathing? I spied him yapping to his familiars, a slack-jawed raven and a grey wolf. He sent the black wolf here to slaughter me sheep, but I refuse to pay him for his feeble disaster of a fence he erected.
I think you sure told me that. Can't do anything much more for you, shepherd, except put you in tongue prongs. A simple and certain way to loosen the tongue of the accused. They're accursed, I'll find out. Iron clamps are tightly attached to the victim's tongue and pulled firmly from the head. Left click and hold to start pulling the clamps. Release to relax a little. Don't pull too fast, or the tongue will slip from the clamps and you'll have to start the process again. Okay, left click and hold, and then release a little. Oh, when I wanted to get into your mouth, this is not the way I thought I would be doing it. But look at that. Just gently milking the tongue.
Why is it you torture me when I tell you it is the blacksmith you want? He is a fork-tongued liar and the witch that plagues our land. A foul buzzard who has given his jaw to Lucifer in exchange for the death of my sheep to try and drive me from this place.
That is so. It sounds like we might want to deal with him again, but... Old woman, there is more to this. We know this. But do you know torture? Duking a witch! Ah, I love to take a good duking to the witch. The safe word is pineapple. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Oh, no worry. Another go. It smells like the first bath you've had in a while, woman. I'm just dipping you like tea bags. Sounds good after this, eh? Why don't you fetch me some of that?
I am the witch and I curse you again. That shepherd and fishermen are filthy witches and all. They feast upon festering carcasses like buzzards of hell. Absolutely, now get my old Griselda. They will feast upon your festering carcass and all, if you didn't hide their filthy necks.
That was very informative, woman. Thank you. Have I been to the Ring of Stains today? I don't believe so. But I haven't visited our fisherman in a while. What do you have to say to me, man? I don't crave trout. I crave justice. Pillywinks! Pillywinkles. Oh. That was perfect the first few times. Now. Sorry, long day of torture. It just happens that way, man. Oh, you sound so close. I'm getting a chub. Can I see this pursuit is in fully? Find ye any witches here, or anywhere for that matter? I beg you, sire, trouble us nae more. Right. What do we have to say about this night? The church. The fucking old kirk. He's in leagues with Belial, Mephisto, all the lords of hell. And this is the man you would lead your congregation with. Terrible shame. Oh, it appears like it's raining. Interesting. We're going to the kirk. We have things to discuss, man. He's just repeating the thing he said when I tortured him. How about a bit more, man? Tongue prongs! Ugh. Sir, do you only eat shit? That's all I'm smelling as I'm ripping your tongue out. You know, I've had my tongue also gashed. There was a time when I was in first grade, I think, or second grade. I was playing in the sand pit at the playground under monkey bars, and a kid was climbing the monkey bars, but they fell, landed on my head, and I bit down on my tongue, and it looked like ketchup coming out on the ground. Like, it wasn't like a torrent of blood. It was like, it felt chunky, like applesaucey and stuff. Just mounds of like little globules in the sand. It was gross. Also chipped my tooth, one of my teeth. But I made him feel bad, and I'm sorry for that. But as payment, he gave me a gift fairy Yu-Gi-Oh card, I think it was. He controls my fate as he sees fit. This must be a test. Oh, why must he try me so with such cruel tortures? But it is not mine to question. I can only pray the suffering will cease, and I may join him at his side. I have lived piously and just. He will see that surely. Not like the rest of the filth in this village. Take Shepherd Violet, for example. That husband of hers was a dunce. But there must be something far corrupt with her to drive him away. I bet she's in coven with that maiden. Right. Is that what you're telling me now, Father? It is the first day, or fourth day, rather. The fifth day a witch must hang. So I have a choice to make. Who am I going to press the most? Because I will not have enough time to press everybody. I believe you can torture somebody 5 times before they tell you all the things that they have to know. So, it's getting very clear to me. Clear as brisk water in the river that our dear Fernan is fishing in. That perhaps the priest might have more to do with things than he lets on. But let's go to the Ring of Stains first. The Devil's Mark.
Madam, I take great pleasure in seeing you naked.
It's because God wills it. See? Else why would you spread the black corruption upon your body?
When my love returns, will you regret the hands you laid upon me? I tell you, the evil that beset this village is in the grasp of the priest. I've seen him dancing a jig of with imps in the kirk of his, making merriment and cavorting with all manner of beasties.
When have you seen this?
Oh, all the time, sir. I'm sure he is the witch you seek. Or perchance, that mad old crone in the woods. Men who walk in there never to return. She says turns them into trees. My love into the woods as has ne'er returned. I ken she has turned him to a tree.
That is suspicious.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to visit the old crone. And then we're going to visit the priest. For the final time. We'll play this multiple times, don't worry. You weren't using these fingers, were you? I didn't see you knitting me a sweater. I didn't see you cooking me a fine dinner. A servant of the Lord.
This is just. This is what you get. This is what you deserve.
Bleed over any orifice, you cursed wretch. A blacksmith, a filthy witch, and he's gonna slit your ankles and hammer them into your ears. For he dances with the devil's flames.
What do you mean by the devil's flames?
I mean flames of hell, of course. A rich flash of the purest white. Too rich for flames of this earth.
Ma'am, you just don't know science. It's not my fault that you're uneducated in the craft, in the trade. Priest, you have anything new to say to me? No. It's time to torture you with tongue prongs. I don't want to be in your mouth so much, man. There we are.
Father Usby! I suspected ye from the start. I didn't, but, you know. I admit. I was tempted and did covet relations with that whore temptress. A black coat did appear to me, and I begged it to let me bed that supple maiden. She should be mine. At least her lover will no return. I've seen to that. I have planted his skull at the roots of an old ash tree. Let me just enjoy this last tipple of wine before my end.
Lilius blames the crone for turning him into a tree.
Feeble-minded pagan! What nonsense they believe in! Imagine believing such fantastical tales and the heinous acts you would do for them!
I see you now, Father Usby. Gavin wanders through the woods, but from the hearsay. He's gone far and deep.
Gavin, watch out! The witch is among us!
Father Usby, you've certainly glowed up. He has taken root in his body. Now he is forever among the pines.
'Tis the 5th day. It is time for a witch to hang. Who will be on the short drop?
Who is the one who I can fit with a perfectly fine necktie? Why, of course, the dashing Father Usby. He's the one. I must wear it so.
I see nothing wrong here. God willed it. He thanks me for cleansing this town of its rat. In his own house of God. May he be smited.
Not my problem. Daemonologie. Dark and terrible arts they are. One must always be on the lookout for a witch. You never know where they could be. Could be a neighbor, could be your best friend, could be a dog. They call me again back to town. They know it must be done. The Lord's work. I go to a separate town with the exact same landmark names and the same names of people too. It's weird, funny coincidence that they all share the same everything. But it can't be the same, of course, for they have Father Usby. Who am I to say them wrong? So, there are other cutscenes. So, we're going to have another night of pursuit. We might even go the whole route. Let us find out the beef between the shepherd and the blacksmith. Let me take a sip of my drink here. I need to hear what you have to say, man. Let's get to the point. Pin the I've always been bad at pin the Oh, his asshole is filthy. Yeah. There's more to this. Duke and a witch. You look very shapely in there, blacksmith. You're swallowing a lot of this water. Considering you have no jaw. Throw ye torches away from me and hang the shepherd witch. May she curse your jaw, ya. Another time, man. Tongue prongs. This should be pretty easy considering you don't have a jaw. However, I see you have lips. This is confusing. Ah! Oswin! Of course you can't lie to God. The light of purity has cleansed away all the shadow of deceit that you have brought in this house! Alright, I admit the fence I sold her was named me best work, but that doesn't change her being a witch. Nor does it prove it. Hang the damn shepherd, lest ye doom us all! I think you might have one more thing to say to me, man. Let's crunch them fingers. Hillywinkles. You will suffer this fate. You will never be able to hold a hammer again. I'm doing this town a favor by ridding you. I confess. Please, no more torture. When the shepherd wouldn't pay for me work, I stoked up Lucifer himself from me fires and set the wolves of hell upon the sheep. So then you freely admit to witchcraft? Damn ye, just hang me now and end me suffering. And hang that shepherd and all, for she is the most cursed witch I have ever known. Right. Oh, we have the shepherd again. Let's watch this because it's cool. They put a lot of work into this, clearly. I don't know for sure if this is like Blender, like official, like generated, or if this was actual clay work. I believe clay work. Stop motion kind of stuff, you know? Sheep's looking a little bit too human. Right, well, we found out all we need to know from that dirty blacksmith. Let's torture the shepherd, shall we? Actually, let's see if she has anything to talk about. Witchfinder, you see the curse that has me laid upon The black sexes, the wolf. Yeah. We know these things. We don't need to speak of them. We only need torture. Billywinks, the shepherd's crook shall fall from thy hands. Shall be laid upon the ground, leading your sheep to follow no master. They will follow their own destiny. Think independently of themselves. After all, who would dare follow someone so blindly, so sheepishly?
Why is it you torture me when I tell you it's the blacksmith you want?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't have this exchange last time. Oswin claims you sacrificed a lamb on his doorstep.
Why in God's name would I kill more of me ain't sheep?
That's a good question.
The devil's mark. Oh. No, your temptations will not stray my guidance.
I can take a little more of this torture. I admit the lies about the blacksmith. I have seen him talking to nae raven nor wolf. I forgot to close the gate, and the devil and my sheep are naught but my own stupidity and carelessness. Perhaps that old fisherman is the witch you seek, appears as more beast than man. I would not be surprised if he was the one who ate my sheep.
Now, woman. How do you feel about that after I give you a good duking? Give you a fucking duke the witch. For the record, when it's the bar's going back down again, you can't dunk her real quickly and just get a freebie. Ah! Expert witch hunter I am. The finder I will be.
I confess to being the witch. Please torture me no more. I slaughtered my own sheep in my sacrifice to the devil himself. It was a curse to drop that flapping jaw from the blacksmith and end his insufferable yapping. Hang me now so that I may be rid of this awful place.
Foul witch, you will hang soon enough. What vision do I get today? What divine inspiration and guidance? Ah, the blacksmith again. Yeah, no, this place is cool. I love to live in a town like this, minus the, the McCarthyism and, living through the crucible, basically. Not the poor sheep. I'd love to see a creature that has a skull like that. That'd be cool. Right. We got all we needed to from the blacksmith and the shepherd. Who shall we torture next? You know what? Let's go with the witch. I mean, the old crone. Tongue prongs. Ma'am, this is as dry as cat's fur. You need to moisturize a little bit more. Maybe, perhaps a dukin will do you good. Ah, you don't like my eyes. It's a shame, because I can't see yours either. Dukin a witch! It's my favorite. I just love that phrase. Dukin a witch! Just right. Just when you think it was too much. Shepherd and the fisherman. I have confession from Violet. Perhaps ye speak true.
Of course it's true. Absolutely now gets by old Griselda.
She did not confess to eating any of human flesh.
Who didn't?
The Violet Shepherd.
What's that old cunny been up to now?
Perhaps... You know, I'm nice enough to attach it back with super glue. I even put sutures in and everything. Just so I could rip it out of your fucking skull one more time.
Bleed you over every orifice, crash you wretch. The blacksmith is a filthy witch and he's going to smelt the angles and hammers in the ears.
Okay.
I have a confession from Oswin. Perhaps he speak true. Of course he has. Absolutely now gets my Griselda. Hey, can I torture you one more time? I can. Hillywink schools. It's a weird word. You have to wonder where it comes from. Is it like twiddling your thumbs is just like kind of whimsical? Pretty whimsical for torture. The worst fate for me, breaking my thumbs and index fingers. How dare curses, puss-filled tongue! I seen that filthy whore by the ring of stains, birthing babes and dashing their wee brains upon the rocks. You'll dash your filthy fucking brains at all, since her filthy lover's never coming back. The priest saw to that. Who else is in your coven? We are the witches, and I dare you to put the noose around us all, and we can all hang together. Who else is in your coven? Don't tell me, eh? Fair. I wouldn't talk to me either. Yes, the stones one. Good. This one is pretty creepy. Oh, don't blame you for getting rid of this child. I don't want to be around it either. Oh, good! An infestation. You got something on your mind there, lad? Perhaps some spiders. Right. Well, we tortured that woman. Let us torture the fisherman next. Boswell Crossing. And then the next day, the next run of things, we're going to torture the shit out of the priest and the Ring of Stains chick, Lilius. Fiernan, I'm sorry, man. I have to shave you real quick so I can find a good place to poke you. Believe me, this is just foreplay. You don't know what comes next.
Are you still at that witch business? I can hardly confess to something I ain't. Come now, I'll fix us a nice trout of flesh for supper.
Just regular conversation.
Duke and a witch.
You know, you spend so much time fishing with them. I think you start to gain an interest. Perhaps you'd like to be sleeping with the fishes then, lad.
Right! Can I see this pursuit is in fully? Find ye nae witches here, or anywhere for that matter. I beg ye, sire, trouble this name over.
No, more trouble you shall have, lad. Tongue prongs. Spread that hair wide open for me. I'm coming in. And when I'm finished, you'll know when I'm done.
You're broken and breathing me. Can I not convince you? Do you take some wretched pleasure for our suffering? I am no witch.
God grant it, I will have your confession.
You will have the truth you wish to hear, but no for me.
Are you starting to get the picture? Pillywinkles. Must be hard to make a livelihood when your fingers are broken. I want to see you hold a fishing pole with these, right? Stat now. Perhaps you should dig your face into the water and pull them out with your teeth.
May Neptune strike ye dead. Find ye nae witches here. A later old wretched soul that has made pact with the devils and demons. A blackened beggar, a leech upon the land, trading torment for gold.
Everyone sold you out, man. Apparently everyone sold you out. I have a confession to the contrary from Oswin.
And how did he come upon this confession? In the same vile way ye have just treated me? You think it's truth you're getting? How's your sleep these days, Zealot? Having strange nightmares?
Damn, I couldn't talk to him about everything. Ah, we've seen this one. Damn.
I think there's only 5. There shouldn't... If there's one for the fisherman, I've never seen it. Well, we're going to go through this at least one more time. And see what becomes of it. Oh, poor Gavin. I've heard of Tree Hugger, but this is feckin' ridiculous. Who's the witch? Who should I judge this day? Who deserves to be hanging? Who wants to dance through the air? You know what? Do I have a die around here? Do I have a... Because we all had some pretty compelling arguments so far. And I have one in my immediate grasp. Fine. We will judge this fairly and justly and hang the blacksmith. No. Actually, old Krongazelda has made sure I knew she was a witch. Therefore, I will see her head be separated from her body as her brittle bones and ligaments do not hold her tight. Thanks for the cash. Now I'm going to spend this on ass. You have fun with the cleanup process. I'm out of here. Excuse me. I had the haggis, you know. Alright. Off you go then. The little guy that handed me the mine just goes... Smells it. Daemonologie. A terrible, terrible thing. This game is so good. But you're starting to get the picture, I assume. Let's have another round. There is still more to be learned. If you're going to watch it at all, you should watch it from me. That way you get the whole experience. Alright. Let's start with the witch. Actually, no. Start with the priest. I like to make him suffer. Devil's Mark. Give you a tramp stamp, buddy. Yeah. I know what you have to say. It's old news, buddy. Just get duked. Get fucking duked, man. You are the most filthy tea I've ever laid eyes on. Azrael will not have his business with me. He might have something out of you. Pillywinks! Everyone wants to play Pillywinkles. When the neighbor kid asks you if you want to play Pillywinkles, just say no. I just want his full confession. Tongue prongs. You're a slippery one, aren't you? I'm sure the silver tongue can tell many lies. Yep, you admit it, all right. Okay, who do I get off this one? Ring of Stones. Beautiful. I want to watch this grossness again, because it's pretty sick. You know, they're so worried about this witch stealing babies. But there's only 6 people in this town. One's an old crone who's certainly infertile by this point. One's the woman by the Ring of Stains, which had a child once, but just one. And it was her own. That was dealt with, not anyone else's. And then the shepherd, well, the shepherd might get it. Someone might give it to the shepherd, I don't know. Ring of Stains. You won't be crushing herbs with these fingers. No, ma'am. Perhaps I can hold your broken hands after this and we can go see a movie. What's a movie? Well, you see, it's when you take a sheep and you just stare at it for a while. It's very entertaining. Thought you said no anal. Please, there's no witchcraft. Present to me. Useby claims you have taken newborn babes out to the spiral. Would that it were true? No, I don't think I will be talking to Gavin.
Duke and a witch!
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere. Hello, irreverent. Sorry, irreverent. Okay, sorry. Let me try that again. Under the sea, under the sea. Getting rid of witchcraft and read. When my love returns, you will regret laying your hands upon me. No, I won't. All right, here we go. Useby has confessed to the slaughter of your young Gavin. I'm so sorry.
No! Why would you say these wicked things to me? My Gavin must be alive. Mustn't he? Wicked, filthy, wretched villain. Only one in league with the devil himself would perform such an evil act on my poor, sweet, innocent Gavin. Furnish that craven with a necklace of jute. I want to see him chance his last jig.
Aye, the hangman's jig might come for him again. We'll see what we get out of you, woman. Oh. Your mouth smells like honey. Did you stick your face into a beehive? Witchcraft.
Ye are my confessor. I admit I am the witch, and I did try to end that vile priest at the behest of my master. Finally slipped a wee bit of cursed belladonna in his wine. Retribution for the way his tendril hands groped me as a bairn, and the looks he still gives me now.
Foul witch, who else is in your coven?
Old Griselda helped me. She may be bound for Bedlam, but she knew ken when to find the belladonna in the woods. She be the grand high witch, turns men to trees and all.
Aye, but we hung her last time. It can't be her. Stains, Shepherd. This is a lovely flock you have here. But you gotta be careful about a wolf in sheep's clothing. Tangentially related, the Set It Off song, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Pretty good. Good pop punk. Alright. We gotten all the information out of the witch. Sorry. The Maiden Lilius. We got all the information out of Father Useby. I want to torture fishermen again. I don't, but I do.
Duke and a witch.
Oh, I missed. Oh. Hey, he said, may Neptune strike me down. If he's in leagues with gods, then perhaps he'll be safe. Little do they know, this was Aquaman. Namor the Submariner. I haven't seen Black Panther 2, by the way, but I've noted Namor. Mostly for the old Civil War comics. He may see this pursuit as a folly.
The witches, they curse me. To this day they do.
Torture you once more, man. Oh, that shoulder. I don't think I've had anyone can accuse him yet. So I'm going to torture someone else fully, and then I'm going to go back to him. Let's have the shepherdess. No. I think we... Yeah, we had Violet confess on him, I think. Let's have Griselda. No. I want the shepherd. Just give it a stroke, Lewin. I'm not asking for much. Just over the pants if you can help it. The blacksmith is not my concern anymore, woman. Ah, the priest. The Lord of Lies. Beelzebub has sent his followers and disciples. And the witch guides it all in the back. An inverted cross we will make of you, man. Forget the fucking hands. Alright. Crone more. Mark. You look very shapely, woman. Perhaps I might give you a second glance. Tongue prongs. You know, if I just close my eyes and imagine Maiden Lilius, perhaps I can get through this. Oh, there you are. Right. I think I've tortured you enough. Oh, I can still torture her. So I guess I am not done. Crunch. Turn to map. Let's see what he has to say. Duke and a Witch, my favorite. What a way to end on, buddy. Ye old waterboarding. We have ways of making you talk. Neptune. Okay. Oh. Lilius. I want to hear what you have to say about Lilius.
And how did you come upon this confession in the same vile way you have just treated me? You think it's truth you're getting? How's your sleep these days, Zealot? Having strange nightmares?
It's personal business, and I would thank you to stay out of it. Okay. The woods. I've ended on the woods every time. Weird. You little furry man. If you played that home security hotline game, it kind of reminds me of Hob. Maybe one day I'll play that, if it's on sale. Because I know the answers for it. So, I'd be paying a lot just to show it off, but hopefully I can do it sometime. Alright. Now, it's time for commentary. Fisherman Farron, it's time for you to hang. Ah, good of them to give you a shave before we go. I did really enjoy his trout. You should have kept him away from the black magic and everything. This village is at a severe loss without him. But fuck it. I've got bitches to convert. Very well. To our wee, queer little town. And now there's only 5. All right. So, we've played through the game 3 times. It's time for the big reveals. And stuff that you could probably guess. So, this game is meant to show you that... Okay, first off, the ending is unclear on if you are correct, if that was a witch, or if that wasn't a witch. And the reason is because no one's a witch. You could probably guess. Because when you torture people, eventually the pain will make people say just about anything. Confess to anything they've never done. Just to get you to stop. So, it's not a matter of these people have told me they're a witch or they're in a coven. It's that, dude, just stop fucking picking on me, man. This is bullshit. But I can't do anything against you because you're sanctioned. You're quote unquote an authority, and that's terrible. And this has been going on throughout history for a long time. Not just witch trial stuff. Make your own connections on that. It's terrible. Instead of just working through differences and whatnot, it's just been a brutal hunt for what you think is a presumed enemy. And what's more is everybody that you torture will throw somebody else under the bus if they can. So you'll stop picking on them again and get them instead. This is what you want to hear. You don't want to hear that I didn't have anything to do with this. If you're torturing them, you think they are, in your mind, you know they're the witch. You're just getting them to say what you want them to say. So if you pin it on somebody else, you'll go deal with that. Now, Firin, his name means like truth or like honest or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but he is the kind of red herring character, incidentally, since he's, fishing and whatnot. He's not a bad guy. He doesn't do anything wrong. He doesn't blame, or he doesn't pick anybody out of the town to be a witch. He is innocent. More innocent than any of the other people in this town. All he wants to do is just fish some fucking trout, man. He's got life hard enough as it is, but he keeps up a smiling face and, a positive disposition. Just when Dickface over here, who has a really cool thumbnail art, shows up in the town, that's when, he gets bullied and picked on and whatnot. He was even going to give me some fucking trout, man. Fucking trout. Anyway. So. Yeah. The point of this game is to show that, witch hunting, quote unquote, and torture is just wrong. And it's a simple message. And, especially at this time where paganism as a religion is a thing, but it's not like malicious witchcraft that the church thought at that time. So, just keep in mind, we're all people, we love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. The true horror of this one was, of course, what we do to each other. I have been Captain Zane, and I thank you so much for watching. Always great spending time with you here inside the inn, and there are many more adventures to be had. If you'd like to hang out here longer and see what shenanigans shall go down, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to help me make videos more often, or get some early access to them, Patreon shall be your friend, or any other site located on my channel's description for even more content. No matter what, thank you for your support and the chill times that lay ahead of us. See you next time.